But is the pressure too much? Because I think now another thing that actually puts people into, like now the common thing that's depressing people, it's because people are constantly comparing their lives to those people.
Yeah.
Because now if Nani is driving a certain car, you're like,
Na mimi.
she says, God, please.
Mimi kwa
Like,
matatu.
God, Baki, please, God, why aren't you giving me a car? Forgetting that, that's their journey, and also just pursue what you're trying to, and then you'll just get yours.
Oh.
Yeah, because, somebody's living in a nice apartment, like, we've said, they're always having, like, 5-star meals, shopping, traveling. Yes, it's inspiration, but now, where do you draw the line from inspiration to like, I say, God, kwani me, I'm not getting my blessings, So how, or does that get to you as well?
Okay.
Because that's what's stressing, I think, a majority of the people, not even just young, even old people now. Because people's cars are getting repossessed every other month because they can't make their car payments. They took a loan because Nani has a nice car, or, because I remember, like, even when was it? I was just doing car shopping because I wanted to upgrade my old car, right?
Okay.
But now it's like I was just literally just window shopping because now I'm just recording different cars. And then somebody said you should buy that car because that car would suit you. The car that they picked was 5.6 million.
But it does suit you, so.
It does suit me, but do you really think that's a good financial decision to make? Because actually, first of all, people need to understand this. You buy such a car, see their kids playing downstairs. Their kids playing with bikes and everything running around. So if a kid comes and scratches a car that's worth that much, who are you to blame? You buy such a car, it means even where you're staying, you need to change. You have apartment transformation videos. Again, guys. Again.
We'll be waiting.
No. But you see now, even just such a small thing, how it can come and build up like pressure with so many other different things.
Yeah, I get you. I get you entirely.
So is that something that gets to you ever? Because at the end of the day, we're still human. So you don't lie. You're under oath right now.
Ni kama nakula kiapo mara ya pili. But imagine, let me tell you something funny about me. Nothing gets to me, okay? In a bad way. Nothing gets to me to the point of I wish. I usually draw inspiration from people in a very different way. In a very different trajectory. I don't know whether I'm weird or anything, but I tend to draw inspiration from a point of if person X can be able to navigate the fashion space and secure a deal with maybe Fashion Nova, I can also navigate that space and maybe I'll be able to secure
a deal as well.
As not even Fashion Nova, maybe something else, Pretty Little Thing, you see?
Yeah.
Because I'm in that space. At the same time, if I see a good car, I'm like, okay, I can be able to, according to where I'm headed, I can also be able to get a good car. Maybe a good car to them is a Jeep, and maybe a good car to me is just a simple Mazda.
What's your dream car?
I thought we'll answer that when we're almost
No. We've already gotten there. As we continue.
Imagine, I don't really have a dream car, but I just
there has to be one car maybe that you've just been saying like, okay, if I had an option of getting this, what would it be?
Funny thing is, I don't really know about the names of cars, but I can tell you which car.
Which one?
It's my dream car is the Mercedes-Benz. I don't know which one.
Okay.
But yeah, there's this one that looks like a Jeep.
That's a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, don't shame me. I don't know about cars.
No, nobody's shaming me. G-Wagon is nice.
Yeah. So that's my dream car. Okay. About the cost, I don't really know about the cost. You
have to know about the cost. We've talked about money behind the scenes. And you say that's very important that you should be able to.
Yeah, that's my dream car. Imagine.
How much do you think it costs?
Above 20.
Above 20 mil, right? No, that's true. Because a G-Wagon, I'm trying to see if there's 20. This page. Even this page, they haven't posted a G-Wagon in a while. I don't think they even have.
Shortage of G-Wagons.
No, they don't have clients for G-Wagons. Because otherwise this page would have been. Because actually this page, they just post like lots of Benzes. Benz living.
I'll check them out later.
They post really nice Nini. So if you ever needing for any Benzes, I think,
I know where to go.
Oh yeah, their page is always, you just look at them. You're like, hey, this one is nice. You go see the price. You're like, hey, let me just let me not go to details. You just come out of the page and just view them from far. But yeah, so I think, like we said, so a Benz, you've said a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was actually
So manifesting towards that.
Amen.
But all lawyers have flashy cars, so you know.
So I'm heading in the right
You're
direction.
heading the right direction.
Shut
You have
up.
to.
So I was saying about the inspiration I drew from fellow creatives. From mine, it usually comes from a point of inspiration, such that, okay, we are doing this, this has been done, then I can also be able to tap into my potential and get one thing or the other. But it doesn't have to come directly. I
Yeah.
could be maybe tapping into my potential and something bigger comes or something unexpected.
Yeah.
So for me, it comes from a point of inspiration, even from the people around me. Recently, there's a friend of mine who started her master's. Yeah. In my mind, like I was like, nah, I'm done with this education for now. But then having a conversation with her, I'm like, okay, I can tap into that as well. So I tend to draw inspiration from people and things and the places I've been and the people I've gotten a chance to interact with. So to me, it comes from a healthy space. And the fact that you can be able to filter out your social media. Kama huyo anakusumbua,
Yeah, you just don't want to see this on your feed all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, social media, actually I love social media so much.
Yeah.
Wasitubanie social media in Kenya.
No. Yeah, we need it. We need it though. We need it.
So yeah, for me, it comes from a point of inspiration so much. And even in my content creation journey, there's a time in my life I thought that I have to be this type of way, I might have to be in this type of place, or I have to be this and this in order to be able to create content. And then I realized, no, it's just an embodiment of your life. And no wonder I love people who are really authentic in their journey. And authenticity doesn't mean that unaishi maisha low-key, maisha shida. No. Authenticity is who you are as a person.
As a person. Because you'd be growing.
And that's enough. Yeah. And that's enough to take you to places where you've never been actually. True. Like here on this podcast.
Hey, okay. That's
I hope I've answered well.
You have. And also, like, just let me see how much time we have left. Yeah, we have like 20 minutes remaining. So we can still touch on a few things as we wind up. Also, like, just maybe on social media space, because I think just a lot of people, like, that's where, like, they also, like, get their breakthroughs with so many different things. Is there anything specific you've thought of, like, just maybe monetizing the social media space? Because I think even behind the scenes, you said you'd want to ask me something to do with whether it was podcasting or just something to do with content creation. But is there something that you've thought of trying to monetize as you still pursue, like, you know, of course, like your career?
Yeah. For me...
And even your emphasis of, please, wasitubanie social media. Because yes, we're spending time there, but if you can also make a little bit of cash from there or passive income, why not?
Okay, funny thing, if you had asked me this question a few years ago, I'd have given you such a pathetic answer. Ungezima hizi mic useme let's go home. So please.
Like enough.
But now, imagine the funniest thing about the monetization that I'd want to be monetized. It's in two angles.
Yeah.
First, I'd love my voice to be heard. Okay, not my content to be seen first. The first thing, I'd love my voice to be heard. I've realized, I actually had the realization today morning, but there are places where I could go and inspire so many people in different areas. You see, could be maybe a summit by Safaricom, honorary mention again.
Yeah.
And I've been called to speak, and that's just enough.
Yeah.
It could be maybe a summit about UN women, and I've gone there through the content creation, not through my legal career.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be maybe something based on anyways, I'd want my voice to be heard, and if I can get the monetization after, then I think I'll really be grateful to God, because there's so much about me. There's so much depth.
But you see why?
There's so much,
You see why I was asking you about, like, how you balance, like, you know, the law thing and also social media, because maybe you haven't realized. But once you start talking about social media, you're very excited, you're very happy. You can list an endless number of people who, like, you know, you see and pick inspirations from. But, you know, for law, you're just like, okay, it's giving me direction and everything. but you don't sound very excited about
I
it.
am, my
No,
God.
no. Listen, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying.
100.
That's why I said maybe you haven't realized. But when you're talking about social media, there's so much that you're tapping into. Because, like you said, even my voice, maybe going to talk and inspire to people and everything. So I'm not saying that
Yeah.
law doesn't make you happy.
Yes.
Maybe it's more serious, and then this one's like it brings out a really fun side of you.
And you can have it all, by the way, guys.
Exactly.
You can be.
Why choose one when you can have both?
Yeah. So that's the first part. The second part, now I'll get into that legal aspect. I'd want to be able to link my career about law and sharing my journey. Of course, I'm getting there. I'm not yet there, of course. But I'd want to be able now to share my journey. Now that my heart has settled, it's no longer in vain, guys. I'd want to be able to share my story. And I've been trying to think of ways of trying to share it, of how I can incorporate the legal aspect of my life and connect it with content creation, such that it's not one, by the way, it's not one at all. Each of this career is giving me peace in a different way, but I'd want to link it and be able to share it through. Because I'm sharing my story to people in a physical way, but I haven't been able to share my story on the digital space. And I'd want to be able to share it. And if that comes with maybe, I don't know how to link it, then that to me,
because you're very
will be
well-spoken, educated.
shout out to my parents.
Pretty, of course, and also like another thing, it's like just how you're. I think how like even just your parents raised you, because people also need to understand like there are people how people act, behave, and everything. Most of it's a contribution of what parents did. So when you see somebody behave in a certain way, it's not their fault. I absolutely blame the 100% the parents. Of course, they've had this person for 18 years. They've had this person for 18 years. Whether it's like, their fault or not, but parents are the biggest contribution to
They
how...
mirror the kids.
Yeah, like how your kid turns out and what they believe, what they'll be eating, how like just they value themselves as people. It all starts with your parents and all people who like just took care of you when you're young. So I think they've done like a really good job because like you see, even when you're talking about so many different things, the word that you constantly use is like content. So that means I'm just okay with where I am because I believe like as I grow, I'll keep on getting the things that I'm trying to achieve. Which, like we said, a lot of people now are, trying to get those shortcuts. So so you can't just, I don't think you can trick life. Some things just you can do, but they're gonna catch up with you if you think about it.
I need to write that down on a shirt. Something you can't trick life.
You can't. Imagine you can't, yo.
I'm a tattoo it on my skin.
It's still gotta come back and actually show you like where you belong and how you're supposed to move. And now, like just as we wind up now again. We still have like a few more minutes. A few more.
And the last part, I didn't get to share about the last part.
Yeah,
I shared
please.
the first point, the second, and now the third point, of course, to get recognized by brands.
Yeah.
And doesn't have to be local brands, by the way. In my mind, I'm always like, I could be on a runway somewhere right now. So I'm sure it's coming. Who knows? The possibilities of life are so huge. So I know it's coming. So to be able to be recognized with brands that align with who I am as a person, first of all. The embodiment of my character through brands, I believe we could share such a beautiful story, but I know it's coming.
Is it tough for you to like just curate different types of content as you're posting, as you put this into consideration, as you're trying to get like that recognition? Is it hard for you to just come up with new content that you post?
Imagine, funny thing, it's not usually hard, but I'm the one who's limiting myself for sure. I'm my biggest ops when it comes to content, because as much as sometimes I'm just posting on my feed because I'm considering it as a digital diary, at the same time I'm like, I could do more, but then I'm like, let me just give crumbs. Let me just post this. Since I don't have time, I might as well. So it's something that I'm actively working on. And coming to quarter 2, it's something that I want to actively engage myself with through the 3 pointers that I've told you, connecting my legal and this other career to be able to gain brand deals and brand partnerships with local and international organizations or brands,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to share my story in the most authentic self. Yeah, so yeah.
That's not far-fetched. I think if you just put in work, like just even for the remaining months of the year,
Yeah.
you'll start getting somewhere where you'll be like, okay, now I understand.
For
But
sure.
I think it's just consistency though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then now, like just as we wind up, of course, like just balancing all these things, like from just like just law, social media, family. Now something is it because even now this is something that also like affects all those things. Like if let's say you're